Let's get started with Bossk star cards. First up, we have Name Your Poison, which allows Bossk to gain a bit of health when he's in the poison grenade. Next up is Trap Arming Speed, which allows the traps to go off, the proximity mines to go off faster. Then Spreading the Disease, which makes Dioxis Grenade larger. Sniper Expert, which really isn't that good. Unrelenting Predator, which allows you to use the Predator instincts for longer. And then Lingering Dioxis, which makes the Dioxis Grenade spew out for a longer duration. Then Ultimate Predator, which makes it so every predator or every person that Bossk kills with Predator instincts makes the ability last longer. Then Multi Traps, which throws out 2 more proximity mines, and then Predator Resilience, which really isn't that good. So overall, I'd recommend Spreading the Disease, Lingering Dioxis, and Multi Traps. But you could also use Trap Arming Speed, because that is pretty good as well. Okay, so let's move on to Bossk's abilities. First up, we have Dioxis Grenade, which is LB or L1 on PlayStation, which is a throw grenade which releases a potent cloud of Dioxis gas that will damage enemies who stand within it. Next up is R1 or RB. Bossk throws out 3 sticky mines that detonate on proximity trigger, dealing high damage. And then Predator Instincts, which is basically a grenade launcher that does about 100 to 130 damage per grenade fired. So here's how you're going to want to play Bossk. Obviously, using that Spreading the Disease, you can close choke points down much easier. And Lingering Dioxis, those two star cards combined make the Dioxis Grenade much stronger. And also the star card Multi Traps helps you close off choke points much easier as well. If you do want to add on the star card Trap Arming Speed, I would swap it out for Spreading the Disease, as I myself like to swap those two between games. Here we have a different planet where Bossk performs even better than Yavin 4. So there you can see me using Bossk's shotgun, I guess you could call it, to take on enemies close range. Then you can see me using Bossk's sniper, I guess you could call it, which is only effective when you let it charge up before you fire at an enemy. If you allow it to charge up, it can do 150 to 180 damage per body shot, and even more with the headshot. The headshot goes up to 250 if you let it charge all the way up. Make sure you let it charge up, otherwise his sniper, let's say, only does about 30 damage, which really isn't worth anything if you're playing something like hero versus villains. And a little side note, if you use Bossk's Predator Instincts against infantry, it will just knock them down. It won't kill them immediately, as it does not do enough damage. Okay, so the final map we have Maz's Castle, which is one of the best planets for Bossk, but not quite the best, as there is quite a lot of open playing, and like I said, Bossk loves his choke points. I forgot to mention this, but Name Your Poison is also a great star card for maps with loads of corners, edges, and trick points. And also, Bossk has the best jump of a non-lightsaber hero. So make sure to use that to your advantage when playing as Bossk. One last thing, I am ill while recording this video, so please excuse my voice.